Such an exciting week last week. We bought, we sold, and here's what and why we did it. The stock market had a really interesting week. Let's also take a look at the events. So we had on Monday the ISM manufacturing report, which came in better than expected. And on Tuesday, December the 3rd, we had our JOLTS report. It also came in better than expected. Then we had on Wednesday the ISM services. This came in worse than expected. Then Powell had his speech, Powell. It was a pretty funny speech. He didn't say anything else that he will do what he planned to do, and he's going to stay to the end of his mandate. No worries there that President-elect Donald Trump, the US, will ask for his resignation. Then on Friday, we had non-farm payrolls came in better than expected. Also, unemployment rate came in better. Actually, it came in as expected. And the Michigan consumer sentiment also came in better than expected. So the economy, the US economy, is just booming. And one immense event, Bitcoin just went up there, take a huge breath of over $100,000 per Bitcoin, and then came back on the 100,000. Currently at 99,651. That's mainly due to the news that Garrett Gensler will be gone. Okay, so let's take a look at our portfolio. Also, the S&P is currently trying to trigger here. It's not triggering yet, but it is still on a buy signal, and we're going to talk about this and the risks for the markets next week at the end of the episode. Definitely stick around. So let's get into trades, because we made a bunch of trades. And one big one, which I believe those of you who were watching my channel already expected that. But let's start with some simple trades. We added, please do not yell at me, I added to Intel. Why? Well, first of all, once again, Intel was almost getting overbought here. It is on a MACD sell signal. Now, Intel's CEO was outed. He was asked to either leave or he's going to be made to leave. Now, he did try. But Intel's play, first of all, they missed the boat on the chip, on the GPU side, because they're one of the biggest players in the chip business, and they just missed the boat. They're under NVIDIA, which is the biggest one. They're under AMD, which is a second place, and they're under, as a manufacturer, they're under TSMC, they're under Samsung. So what the hell are they doing? Well, they missed the boat, and it's kind of hard to get back onto. They do have their foundry business, and I would say if the foundry business is successful in roughly 3 to 5 years, then you're getting it at this price level, you're getting it for free. This is my opinion. This is why I added a bit more to Intel. I'm still in the negative, and it doesn't bother me. Then I reduced just a tinge, even on Monday or something like that. I reduced my position in Eli Lilly. Now, Eli Lilly went up and down, up and down. It seems that it's currently starting to throttle here. Maybe it's going to have a big reduction, and they're definitely going to add more to Eli Lilly. Eli Lilly and Novo Nordisk are those big producers of diabetic insulin drugs and, of course, the weight loss drugs. So that's why I'm adding it. Eli Lilly is one of the big ones. It's not even the biggest. Now, I also reduced just a tinge from GE, Vernova that is, so not GE Airspace. And it is now, right now, on a sell signal. Maybe it's going to trigger again a buy signal. For now, I'm happy with my position in GE Vernova. We are currently at 3.01% of the position. Also go back to Intel. We have it at 4.18% of the portfolio, and Eli Lilly at 4.51% of the portfolio. So we increased Intel, we reduced Eli Lilly, and also reduced GE Vernova. Already talked about Target, that we opened a new position into Target, but that's actually the week before. Now let's go to the big ones. I reduced my position in Powell. Powell Industries is still here on a sell signal, looking for triggering a buy signal, so I could add back to this. And I closed up my position in Ferrari, ticker symbol RACE, so it's at 0. Powell Industry is at 0.87% of the portfolio at that reduction. And this is only a trade for me. I'm not expecting to hold Powell for a long term. Now let's go back to close position. So I closed my position in Ferrari, and I actually closed it on the wrong day. I closed it one day before, closed it on Tuesday instead of Friday. Friday it had a huge jump, but that's just the way it is. You can smell these things up. I was happy with this position, and I will add back to Ferrari if the opportunity is there. And now to the big one. I closed my position in Lululemon, and I'm going to come back to this at the end. Also, I closed my position in Duke Energy and Autodesk, and also Google. So closed Autodesk, closed Google. Google, I'm looking to add back to it. Autodesk was a trade, so bye-bye. But Google, I am looking to add back to it. Duke Energy also looking to add back to it after this sell-off will end. And now let's go to Lululemon. I did create a complete video on Lululemon. I ran through its earnings report, and here's why I closed my position. The main reason is I added to Lululemon. Remember what I said when I was talking about some of the most important things in buying stock, and that is price. I added to Lululemon somewhere at the $300-ish. And I believe that was a wrong entry point, and I stopped adding to it. I usually accept enough do not add that much to losing positions. After the positions still continue losing, I'm stopping adding to it. Now, Lululemon is currently overbought. Look here, RSI at 81.84. It's actually went back from $409 a share to $399. I closed my position completely. I made a 15% or something like that gain. I'm happy with the gain, and I am looking to add back to this. But currently, Lululemon is 100% overbought in my opinion. That is why I closed my position completely. And if this comes back to a point where I feel comfortable, then I am going to add back to Lululemon. But for now, bye-bye. Take some profits. Nobody went broke, taking profits. Remember that. That's it for the trades. Now, let's do a risk assessment for the market for the next week. So the market is currently looking at being relatively overbought. We do have an RSI of 67, which I would just categorize it currently as a high risk to the market. A MACD, I wanted to change the colors in my birthday application here. Well, missed that one. MACD is also at a buy, not strong buy, but buy signal. So risk is also high here. Now, buybacks for the stocks are starting to just slow down. So buyback slowing. Now I consider this a medium risk in the market. The economic news for the next week are on Wednesday, core inflation. This could influence the market, but I would leave it at medium risk. They're expecting, of course, 0.2% inflation rate as always. And the Fed should have their meeting, I believe, the week after this. Durable goods, let's see. So this is next week. Inflation, retail sales, building permits, Fed interest rate decision. So it's the week after that. Okay, so at least this is relative market events, news, also medium risk, and geopolitical news, also medium risk. Now, there is one last thing, and that is that mutual funds will start their distributions next week. Well, in order to distribute to the shareholders, they have to sell something. And we might see some selling happening. So, mutual funds, distribution, build mutual funds here. And this is a very high risk. So, although we could see, I'm expecting to see some selling next week in the market. And this is why I also raised my cash position. I already went out of this. I raised my cash position to almost 20% of the portfolio, preparing for some buying. The current assessment for the markets is pretty much at medium to high. So it's not that very high. So with this being said, that's my risk assessment. Your comments in the comment section below. Let me hear what you think. Like and subscribe, and catch you next time. Also check out the blog and come by the website. I'm NovaPN. Stay safe out there. Bye-bye. Bye-bye.